Go Just Ordinary friends and fam. Look, these are going to be the best bases that I recommend, right? The Just Ordinary is one of the best clans in the game. These are bases that I personally recommend that I believe are going to hold strong, whether it's CWL, Legend League, Wars, you name it, right? Now, each one of them is going to come with its own, perks and areas that they're special at and different, audiences that you want to target with them. But I will say these are the ones that I recommend. You should use them. Whether you're in a Masters League, whatever it is, if you're Town Hall 17, use these bases, okay? They're extremely strong, and I don't take credit for building any of these bases. Full disclosure, they have come across my path in one way or another, whether that was through Discord, friends reaching out with the links, recommending them to me, or me doing my own research. But these are the ones that I have found that I highly recommend. And I will tell you, I even got in trouble from some of my clanmates in the last CWL because I burnt their bases. I'm telling you, these are the raw truths. These are the ones that I have saved that you guys need to use, okay? So first one coming up, let's go into this, right? This base. Now, one of my friends in game gave me this base, and they finished top 500. Okay, so this was going into the last day. They were really hoping for a 1-star, and this is what that base does, right? So what you have here is the invisible spell in the corner. Oh, all the links of these are going to be in the description, obviously, but I just need to disclose that. So this invisible spell tower in the core is going to make everything invisible, which is prone to 1-star attacks, right? So even if they do the giant arrow through the middle or they activate it, there's still a chance of that like coming back up to life and activating again, so that way you get a 1-star. And it's got great pathing, to go around the town hall here. It's got these open canals, if you will, right along the outside. And this is huge, right? Because that's going to give that funneling a little bit of a harder time for the attackers. So highly recommend this base if you're looking, if you're in if you're going against like a noob clan in Clan Wars or even in CWL across all leagues, this is what I would recommend. But maybe, okay, so hard Clan Wars or hard CWLs, you want to try and do more of anti 3-star bases because they're a little bit more specific on, and you get a little bit more security when it comes to a chance of a fail, okay? Now, when you have bases like this, yes, they're very frustrating, but an elite player or an elite clan, they know how to dissect this and be able to activate those invisible spell towers, so that way they don't get a 1-star. Okay, so keep that in mind going forward when I present these bases to you. Is like invisible core bases are anti 2-star bases, right? You want to use these for not as experienced players. Or experienced play. I mean, it's at your discretion, right? Don't hold me accountable. This is just what I'm recommending in my experience in Just Ordinary, okay? So, great base here. Definitely recommend, okay? This base, I believe the first person I saw this using this base was Gaku, and I used it for like the last 4 days of Legend League, and it works out great. Like I said, a lot of it comes down to luck, who's attacking you. So if you have a lot of elite players, they're going to, be able to understand how to triple this base, no problem. But it is very good with the pathing, being able to make sure that everything in this compartment goes invisible. So that way these troops are just going to go around the outside and miss the town hall. So it's very, very, very susceptible to 1-star attacks. And I highly recommend. It's a great base, okay? Okay, now this one, I will say, this is probably my best anti-3-star base that I've come across since Town Hall 17. It is very, very, very hard to triple. That's my experience. I've came across this in Legend League and had a friend build it for me. But yes, it's a good, there's no invisible core, invisible spell towers in the core. It's got the poison spell near the mono, and then it's got the other poison down at the bottom. Now, typically in anti-3-star bases, you're not going to see invisible spell towers. You're going to see either poison or rage. And those rages are going to obviously target all those high DPS structures. And then, the poison spells are just going to be designed to where it's going to slow the attacking troops down where there's high DPS going, okay? And then, so that's typically what you look out for. So this one has really tough pathing for an RC charge to go around to target this mono. And the structures around the outside are placed just so well. I'm not a builder, guys. I don't know the technicalities of all this. I'm just telling you, these bases work. I don't know the science behind it, but they're very hard to attack. I used this base in the last war that we won. It took them 4 tries to triple me, which is insane, right? If you're doing anything over 2 defenses per war, then the base is good and you want to use it, okay? So yes, very good anti 3-star base here. And these are right here in my library, okay? Like, I'm using these actively, whether it's for Legend League, CWL. I might change them up in CWL depending on who we match, because I don't want, spies to come in and see all my traps and all that. So I'll probably change them up in mine. But hey, I don't have 50,000 subscribers. The people that are getting these bases are real limited. It's whoever's watching this video, and I think the highest video I have is like 2,000 views. So use them. Not a lot of people are going to know them unless they're spread out that well. A lot of these have been traps have been tweaked a little bit just so that way they defend a little bit better. And yeah, they're great bases. So this is another base that I have that's got the poison and rage towers in the core. So this is looking like an anti-3. So a good base to use against some try-hard clans. It's hard to path. It's hard to path with the remainder of the troops, right? Getting the Grand Champ in to get this mono is not so hard. Even if you use that ability on the outside, it's going to get those builder huts first and then go in to the mono. So the mono is going to get taken out a little bit quicker, but there's so much DPS up front. The RC is sacrificing itself on the mono, but not taking out nearly the same amount of value as if he would have charged, or whoever would have charged the town hall. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky when it comes to like that. You're kind of like, it's kind of like chess, right? You're giving up your queen to get a checkmate. So this is kind of like that kind of base. So highly recommend. It's worked well for me and a few others in the clan, especially in wars. Here's another one. Now I'll say this is a newer base. I haven't tested this one, but I've had a lot of positive reviews on it. Again, the mono is kind of isolated a little outside. This is going to be another anti 3-star. You can see that with the 2 poison spell towers. Yes, the town hall is kind of isolated, so it looks like maybe an anti 2-star, but truthfully, with the defenses that are in the core, the sweepers, the Tesla, that's just going to give a target into the core to get that town hall out. It's not a true moat around the town hall, so you're going to get targeted. This is more of an anti 3. Okay. Now you probably will get some anti 2s also, but yeah. One problem that I see with this one is that everything is so compact that the RC, the Sparky Boots, the aura around is going to take out a lot of these structures. But with the nerf coming up, this could be a good base because, and I'm going to try it, but the aura is going to go down a lot. So the perimeter of the Sparky Boots is not going to be able to take out as many of these structures. So it could create pathing issues. It could create time fail issues. All kinds of stuff. So yes, another one that I recommend. Haven't tried yet, but definitely recommend. This one, okay, this is legit. So this base I actually got from somebody that attacked Ninja in Legend League. So this base directly was Ninjas, and I think I also saw Itsu rep in this base. And it's great. It's great. It's got the double invisi cores here, so you have one invisible tower right in the core, which gets all of those high DPS structures, and then another one over here, which gets all those DPS structures. So obviously you see pathing could be an issue because you have the moats that are going around. You have a good tornado trap, which that town hall is going to rain down with that Eagle artillery fire. So I recommend this. I did use this one a few times in Legend League, but I had bad luck. The people that attacked me were like in the top 1,000 every time, so it was not a good day. But it is still a very great base, and a lot of people don't really know it yet. It hasn't really come to surface. You haven't seen it too much. So this is like an unpopular, very strong base that I would recommend also. Okay, we have 2 more coming up. This one, I can't specifically remember where I got, but it is a very strong base. We've been using this in some friendly challenges. It's got the double invisi spell towers on the sides, which creates pathing issues for the RC charge and the main army when it goes through. And notice these Infernos are set to single, which is awesome because with this Root Rider meta and Dragon attack with the RC charge, those are just gonna take this whole single target and then wipe them out. You know how they work. So this is another very strong base. I highly recommend. I've used this in friendly challenges. I've seen a lot of success defending in wars also. So you have a really good value here with this one. The fire spitters are facing outside because you'd assume that the RC would maybe, I don't know, charge on a core on the side here to get to the core. But when that Invisi spell tower goes off, it's going to probably go up to that mortar, maybe to that expo to go into the core, but it'll go back out to the archer tower and then straight out into all these different sections, right? Accidentally placed that statue. So yes, another base. And also, like, when the cleanup troops go around, if it's like, I don't know, dragons, they're going to go around, or P.E.K.K.A.s or root riders, and that single target inferno is going to target them as they're going around. So yeah, some good benefits to that base also. And last but not least, we have another invisible core base. Now, this one, I can't remember exactly. It looks a lot like the one that Itsu kind of made in Legend League for those last few days. It's kind of got the similar layout, but I can't remember exactly. So, but I will say it is. This is where it's at, right? It's got the invisible spell tower in the core for anti 2 stars, and it's got the rage for the anti 3 star, right? So he's kind of merging both of these attacks defense strategies into this to where it's going to have a great defensive turnout. And these balloons and seeking air mines, they're placed there specifically because that's like where the most predicted areas are. He mentioned, and it's kind of like an untold secret that he's not supposed to say, but yes, a lot of people are right-handed, so when they start attacks, it's usually on the right-hand side. Little psychology there for you, because that's been a science in this game for years. I mean, literally since 2019 when we were calculating like bases back for the world championships. Like that's like an untold secret, but he went public with it, so I guess we're rolling with it. You got to get the views, so you got to get the views. But yes, most people are right-handed, so they actually attack with the right side. When in knowing that information, I've visibly like seen I'm gonna attack on the left side of the base because I know the right area is gonna be trapped quite a lot. So yeah, just something to put the word out for. Highly recommend this base. This is like a great Legend League, CWL, War, you name it. All of these bases are. You can use these bases interchangeably amongst all different aspects of the game. That's just where I've had the most experience and success with. And as we get into CWL and a little bit further, we're going to keep posting new bases. I usually cycle my bases out once a week, depending on their success rate, friendly challenges, how easily they're getting tripled, how burnt they are when the time comes. So I'm going to push out more information as we get closer about all of these different bases. And hey, why not? I'm also going to put this one, just ordinary, the JO with the swords crossing, in the link. Also, if you guys want to rep it, that would be awesome. I'd love to see like screenshots and you tag me in it on like Twitter, Insta, whatever you guys may have, or at least let me know in the comments. So let me know, guys, if these bases work out for you. I really hope they do. They worked out for me. So and we're playing at a very elite level. So try them out. Let me know how they do, and we will catch you on the next video, the next war recap.